Okay, so there was a lot of questions and concerns about where do we stand in the political realm of politics, right? Where do we stand? Or which side of the fence do we stand on, right?
Yeah, so this video is just, we're doing this video to help clear that up for our fans.
Yeah.
So that you guys know where we stand.
Exactly.
And that's a good point. We don't want to leave any of you in the dark on what our affiliations and ideologies are. So this is a good time for us to air some of those ideas that we have.
Yeah. We have a channel. We want to be responsible with exactly the viewpoints that we have and the agreements that we have according to those viewpoints.
Yeah.
And then we read in some of the comments that you were concerned that we might be this way or that way, and then it's just one of those things that we want to clarify for you guys, so that you guys can maybe have that extra layer of respect that we're able to confide in you guys with this kind of information, and hopefully not get any backlash for it.
Exactly. I mean, we realize we may lose some fans. We may gain some more fans. But you know what? It is what it is, and we're gonna roll with the punches so that we have the right fans watching us.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
I think it's important that we're honest with ourselves, with each other, and with you as the viewer, so that you have a better understanding of what you are watching.
Exactly.
All right, so one of the subjects that was brought up in some of the comment sections that I've been trolling the shit out of is you were a little concerned that we have particular views on the LGBT community.
Right.
Yeah. And we do.
Yeah, we do.
Exactly. Yeah. So I joined in 2004.
Yeah, and I was in 03, so I'm like a whole year.
I joined in 99.
He's really old.
So we've been around long enough to understand how these policies and stuff get into play, and how this forms the general idea of how people perceive the LGBTQ community, right?
And at one point there was don't ask, don't tell.
Right. It was.
And then
at which
later,
point none of us did asking or telling.
Yeah, we weren't asking.
None. Well, I mean, I actually did have a soldier tell me once, but I said I can't entertain that because of the policy itself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good NCO.
Yeah.
That's a good response.
And then later, don't ask, don't tell was repealed.
Yeah, so that we're able to tell and ask
right.
people with their sexual.
It's a lot like the situation happening now. A lot of you guys asked us, and now we're going to tell you. And it opens the conversation between what people actually want to know when you're serving with like-minded people, especially when you go to war. You know.
Right.
Yeah. You need to know who's got your back and whose back you're going to have.
Exactly.
Also true.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that some people brought up is that in 2016 there was a change in the transgender policy, and then in 2017 another change, and then now just recently a third change, and some of the concerns were that we had Stacy in some of our videos. And that's true, we did have Stacy in some of our videos.
Yeah, she was there. And some people have said that I look like just an accountant, and they would never guess that. Well, I was actually in the military. I was an infantry, and I served with Roxxon. So how's that for accounting for you? Bing, bang, boom.
So and just to piggyback off of that, I remember when I was deployed in 2006, you know, this kid came up to the truck and he was trying to sell us falafels, right? And just gave me an idea.
Those are tasty.
Yeah, they are tasty. And he came up and he actually said a political thing to me.
Oh.
You know, it was.
I think you told me that story before.
Exactly. He mentioned something political, and you know, I kind of rebutted his political opinions on the politics that were occurring in the U.S. at that time.
Right.
So just like when I joined in 2003, Bush was in office.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So he was a president for 2 terms.
He was.
You know?
He did 2 terms.
Yeah. You know, when you're at war, you don't want to change presidents and stuff like that, which is good.
Yeah.
And like he said a lot of things, right?
He did.
That really angered a lot of people.
Yeah.
And he said some other things that didn't anger.
I remember some of that, and those things. You know, there were some of those things that I agreed with, right?
Yeah.
People got so mad, some guy threw a shoe at him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. It was a size 11. I remember he talked about it. He was when you know he would implement these policies.
Right.
That there were people that weren't agreeing with. I kind of looked beyond my own personal satisfactions of what I wanted to see, and think outside of the box at that point of time when he was implementing these policies. And I said, you know what? You know, it's better.
Yeah. It's interesting that you bring up the size of the shoe, right? Because I'm also a size 11, which should tell you guys that I had the same size shoe as the guy that threw the shoe at George Bush.
Oh, but you know what that says about people with size 11 shoes.
They wear size 11 socks.
That's also true.
That's right.
Sometimes it's like a range of 10 through a 12.
Exactly.
Because that's how they make socks.
It's $1 more too.
Right.
Yeah, which is a little messed up.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be punished if you have bigger feet.
Yeah.
Now, we talked a little bit about Bush, and I want to bring up somebody else who's very important who served for 2 terms while I was in the military, and that's Obama.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
President Obama was elected, and he served 1 term and then was elected again for a
was.
2nd term.
Also, Democrat.
And that's true. Now, I want to point something out here.
Just
I was just
careful,
saying
be
also
careful.
because,
Yeah.
you know,
This
there
is-
have been a lot of other presidents who were also Democrats.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want to point this
Not
out.
that we...
Yeah, some things
right.
some things that he did,
Right.
I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that.
Oh,
And-
especially that one thing.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh
You guys
my God.
remember the thing
Yeah,
that
right.
Obama did
Yeah.
All right,
when he was in office?
All right, so
But-
you guys might disagree with this, but he did
Yeah.
that one thing that had people
Yeah.
speaking up about things.
Right.
Yeah,
And we were kind of like, wait, hold on,
right.
I get it.
Also, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
right? And so,
But then there was
hold-
that thing
pump
that
the
he
brakes.
did where I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. And it's like you should maybe pump the brakes, but
Yeah.
also step on the gas
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like it.
But more brakes than gas.
Yeah, maybe
Because
just
that makes
a little-
the wheels go.
Yeah, you kind of want
then
to
you get
drive the
smoke.
car. Yeah, you kind of want to drive the car with
Yeah.
like 2 feet.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
never want to use your right foot for the brakes, and
Well,
you want to go with both.
unless you're driving a stick, and then you can only drive with 1 foot because your left foot's on the clutch.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
mean,
think about that.
Well, I mean, we should probably like lean into more Trump stuff right now because like Trump was president
Right.
for only 1 term,
he
and
was
like
president
all
for
he
one
had
term.
to do
4
was
years.
that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
And he never did it.
if he actually,
But then he did all those other things that everyone, you know,
Now I want to challenge you on that because he did do that thing.
the one,
And that was
the
a
one
thing,
specific thing.
That was a thing that I liked.
yeah.
You know, but it's not about what he did. A lot of times, it had to do with a lot about what he didn't say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like all he had to say.
I wish he was just a little bit more vocal on the things that he didn't say.
Right.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah,
to,
but
you know,
hey, instead of bottling all
remember when
those-
he said the one thing though that was like everybody was like, hey,
Oh, yeah. Which was good, because like, you don't want to bottle those feelings up. You gotta feel them out.
It was like, and he tweeted it out.
Yeah, it's just like, you guys remember the thing.
What? What
The
the
one,
hell?
the one thing he said.
Somebody take away his Twitter, goddamn! It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Fucking guy. This fucking guy.
All right, guys. So we just wanted to, be on here and just share with you guys our political point of view and what we thought,
Yeah.
about politics while we were in the military and out and just
And now
the
you know.
climate of the
Yeah.
country. And hopefully you guys aren't too mad at us.
Right.
You know,
Right.
we are gonna have disagreements.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
It's
as
true.
Americans, we should be able
yeah.
to talk it out, right?
Yeah, we should be able to disagree and still have conversations that are
Exactly.
But let's leave it on this note. High note, low note. You choose. Joe Biden is now the president.
right.
right.
And he is a guy who was elected
Yes, who used to be the vice president.
once upon a time under Obama,
Yeah.
and now Kamala Harris is his vice president.
Yeah. Right.
And that's a thing. That's a
Yeah.
thing that we have to both agree to come to terms on
Yeah.
and agree to accept or agree to not accept if we
Or
don't
discuss.
like it. But
Yeah.
we should discuss it.
But there's discussion.
Because it's
Right.
it is interesting that she is the first female vice president.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that
After she's done those
They
things
won't-
when
they
she
won't
was like
recognize
a
that
representative for
Non-gender.
California,
Yeah.
and those things, some people were agreeing with, and I was just like, what? And then those things were just like bow, and now she's vice president.
Right. And just to point this out, look, we've all served. Some of you haven't served with us.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
okay. Some people wear red to show their sides. Some people wear blue, but look at us.
Yeah.
We're all green.
Yeah, we're green.
We're all green.
Green.
and kind
Blue,
of
Like some
Blue.
black and gold
There's
for
red,
Rangers.
There's red and gold, right?
Yeah, black
Yeah,
and gold for
yeah,
Rangers,
yeah.
and green for
Yeah.
other services that don't wear blue.
and we could all agree that AOC is attractive.
I mean, I've just got a bit of a horse face.
I kind of like it.
She's your kind of crazy.
She is.